Have you ever wondered how Stonehenge was erected? Join as we travel back in time and learn about the origins and mysteries of Stonehenge. Stonehenge consists of a number of stones together with certain earthworks. Many of the stones have fallen down, while some of the smaller stores have disappeared altogether. In the course of many centuries, they have been worn away by the weather or have been taken away in pieces by visitors. It is possible, however, to see where all the stones stood and how they were arranged before they fell or disappeared, and thus we can picture what Stonehenge once looked like. There were in all 4 sets of stones, an outer circle, an inner circle, and inside the latter an outer horseshoe and an inner horseshoe. The outer circle consisted of 30 huge stones standing upright. On the tops of these were placed other stones lying flat so as to make a complete ring. This outer circle consisted of big and heavy stones. The upright was about 14 feet above ground and 4 feet below and weighed about 26 tons each. The stones on top were not just placed upon the uprights, but they were jointed to them and also to one another. This has enabled some of them to remain in the positions where they were placed nearly 4,000 years ago. The inner circle was made up of about 30 smaller stones, just standing upright on their own. Only 16 of these stones still exist, and of these only 7 are still standing. Inside the inner circle was a kind of horseshoe arrangement of stones. This was made up of 5 huge trilithons. You will perhaps wonder what a trilithons is. It just means 3 stones, in the same way as a triangle means 3 angles. Each trilithon had 2 uprights and 1 stone lying flat across the top, rather like an empty doorway. These trilithons contained bigger stones than even the outer circle. Some of them weigh about 30 tons. Then inside this first horseshoe was a horseshoe of 15 smaller stones standing upright on their ends. You will see that this inner horseshoe corresponded with the inner circle. These were the main stones. There were several others placed on their own at different points, but we will not worry about them just now. The earthwork is very interesting. Some people who visit Stonehenge are in such a hurry to see the stones that they do not notice the grass-covered earthwork round. First, there is a long avenue about 1/4 of a mile long, forming a kind of approach to Stonehenge from the northeast. Then there is a circular earthwork, making a kind of enclosure round all the stones. It is often wondered how the men who erected Stonehenge were able to put up these stones. But there is really little difficulty about it when you remember that they have plenty of time and plenty of labor and knew the use of the lever. They could pull the huge stones many miles by means of tree trunks to serve as rollers and ropes of twisted hide to fasten round the stones. Once they had got the stones to their places, they could pull and laver them up, inch by inch, packing wood sand smaller stones underneath as they got the blacks higher. They would clear away all signs of the packing when they had finished erecting the stones. What is really puzzling is where they obtained some of the stones from. The big stone of the outer circle and outer horseshoe came from the surrounding countryside. There is still much of the same kind of stone to be found there, but the smaller stones of the inner circle and inner horseshoe are of a kind not found anywhere in the neighborhood. The nearest place where they could have been obtained seems to be Pembrokeshire, about 150 miles away. Wherever these early men got their stones from, we must certainly admire their courage, their industry, and their patience in working as they did to bring them all to one spot and to erect them there.